welcome to the Thrive Show. My name is Kim O'Neill, and today I have with me here Eleina Pomerants. Eleina is a certified health coach who helps people with their health needs through teaching about nutrition and living a holistic lifestyle. She's recently taken it to the next level by sharing her love of food and passion for home cooking by teaching clean eating cooking classes. Welcome, Eleina.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited. Thank you.
I am too. I'm really excited about what you do and how you're really bringing a lot of practicality to help people to learn how to eat clean and how to eat better. So I first and foremost want to ask you, what does it mean to actually understand a healthy lifestyle?
So I think it gets a little, people overcomplicate it a little bit, but I way explain it to my clients and I say, look, you know how we all have insurances for different things and aspects of our life? Our health is our insurance. It's kind of what we need to get in order to have a quality life, a good life, healthy life as we get older. Not that we don't need it now, but that's kind of, it's easier for people to grasp the concept. Everybody knows that they need to be healthy, but they kind of don't think about it. Not that they don't understand it, people just don't think about it. I think we live such crazy, busy lives, most of us, that we don't stop and think about our future. So to me, healthy lifestyle is investing, or as you would, in putting insurance into your body. So as we get older, we actually get to enjoy ourselves and having to experience things the way we want to experience, not worrying about diseases and things like that, and running around to doctors. Not that it may still happen, but you're lowering the risk by taking care of yourself. So that's what I look at as a healthy lifestyle, just putting in your body what it needs, the right fuel as we get older, so we reap the results of a better lifestyle.
That's a great way to simplify it, is really thinking about it as that insurance for a quality life. That's great. Well, while we know that food is nourishing for our bodies, we also know that people eat for reasons beyond nourishment. So will you share with us, what do you mean by filling the need?
So I'm guilty of doing all that emotional eating. Nobody's perfect. I think it's, again, a lot of us are busy, so we kind of go from, okay, I need to have breakfast, I need to have lunch because it's something I need, and we never really stop to think of why are we doing what we're doing. So if we were to ask ourselves the purpose of this breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacking, and all of that stuff, then we would kind of look at it a little bit differently. To me, it's not just eating to kind of eat to get satisfied, as far as I'm hungry now, I'm going to eat, so now I don't feel hungry anymore. It's understanding that when I'm eating, I'm actually putting fuel into my body that's giving me energy for the day, that's putting a certain mood, because a lot of times we don't think that actually even our mood will be affected by what we eat. And that's what to fill the need is basically to fill it for what your purpose is. So it's all about how you look at things. And obviously it's okay to, I'm a social eater. I like to go out with my friends and have great big meals. And I do that once in a while, and it's okay. But if we do this on a regular basis and just eating in large amounts of things that just to fill ourselves with food, eventually it catches up with us. But there's actually a wonderful way of filling ourselves with great food and accomplishing both. You can fill that hunger and you can fill our body with nourishment. So it's all the way, it doesn't make sense. It's how you look at it, basically.
It does. And the first question that's coming to mind, because I love that you're pairing it up with the emotions, is let's say someone wants to feel happier and their next task at hand is their work day. So
right.
What kinds of foods might you recommend so that they can feel happy during their workday?
So that's a great question, because one of the things that I actually specialize in teaching people how to prep food. So if you're busy, again, all of us are busy. It's all going back to that. It's we don't have time to think throughout the day, and this is what gets us in trouble. So we grab things, whatever is available, because we don't have time. So it's very important to pre-prep food. So it's good to have that schedule. Where I teach Sunday afternoon, I think Sunday is the best way that you're about to wind down from your weekend. You did your shopping and hopefully Friday or Saturday. Now you're going to prep all that food, think it through, just like we plan other things. For whatever reason, a lot of people don't plan food the same way we plan everything else in life. But if you understand how important it is and what kind of role food plays in our life, then you will learn that that's also important task. And so we could totally plan for the whole week, and you can freeze some things, you can pre-prep certain things. So this will, when you go to work, my personal preference is bring your own food, but obviously if you have access to great food sources around you, that's great too, as long as you think it through and ahead of time. So this way you're not stuck. Like, our big thing in our family is we've learned to take things with us if we're going on long trips, if we're going to be out of the house for long periods of time. I have certain tricks and things up my sleeve where I pre-prep certain things that's easier to carry, easier to put in a little baggie, you're a little cooler, and off you go, and I don't have to think about it.
That's great. I love how you're connecting the dots. Well, will you talk to us about why is a plant-based diet so important?
So that's one of my favorite things. And again, I'm not against eating meat or fish. If your body can totally tolerate it, it's great. I'm very big on to listening to your body, and that's what I teach my clients. You have to see how you feel, and oftentimes we don't understand and don't connect those dots. Where, oh, if you bloated all the time, or I'm tired all the time, my skin is not as glowy, or all of these things. And by eliminating certain things out of the diet, and sometimes I do eliminate meat as well, to see how a person feels, just so we see if that's what's bothering them. For the most part, it's not an issue, but plant-based diets is where I start everybody off. And it's a very simple answer. We cannot process processed food. That's it. Our bodies are not really made for that, even though we're thinking because it's out there, it's okay to eat. And again, if you're eating in a small portions once in a while, it's okay, but on a regular basis, it slows our metabolism, and it slows everything in our bodies, just only because we're just not meant to process it. And you get most of the benefits from real food. It's on this planet for a reason. This was all created for a reason. Each food group has large amounts of benefits, minerals, vitamins, and all of that kind of stuff. We need all of that. That's our fuel. That's how we get fed. So if you're eating real food, you're getting real elements, you're getting everything your body actually needs. But if you're eating processed food, you have probably consuming a large amount of sugar, because that's what a lot of our processed food contains. There's other things that can go on and on. I don't have enough time for that, but you get the idea. If it's in a box, you want to limit it, or even eliminating. If you want to go through elimination process diet where you want to feel better, then I would suggest completely getting rid of it. Or if you just want to live a healthier lifestyle, you want to definitely limit the amount of it. And it all depends on what people are looking. I'm also very big of not putting a lot of stress on people, and I meet them where they're at, and I take them where they need to be very slowly, or whatever pace that they're comfortable at.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Because this can be such an overwhelming subject for some
Great.
people. So yeah, I get.
Absolutely.
So lastly, I want to ask you, what are some starting tips you can give to help someone begin to make that transition into a more plant-based diet?
So we eat with our eyes, right? So I always tell my clients, I said, I can give you many things that I personally love, but it's really up to you to find what you really love. So I tell them, go to the food market, go to the like the fun places where you can look on the outside of the supermarket, not on the inside, only on the outside. Well, the fruits and vegetables and the good stuff is, and the grains are fine, obviously, too. But I'm saying start over there and go look and see what appeals to you, and start picking food one by one, especially foods you haven't tried yet, but what appeals to you. Because food has to taste good, it has to look good, and you need to get pleasure out of it, because people think that, well, I'm going to get on a diet. Well, I hate the word diet, I should say. It's not the word that I use, but it's a lifestyle. So if I'm going to change things, I'm definitely not going to feel good because I'm going to eat things I don't like. Not necessarily. You can find plenty of food that you would get pleasure out of. It might be a little bit of a trial and error in the beginning, but I find that sending people off into that in the wild on their own actually helps a lot, and they kind of it's a great experience. So they're having fun picking different foods. Oh, I've never tried this. What is this? What is artichoke? I've never even seen, people never even seen an artichoke. Sometimes try it. I'll show you how to prepare it and see how you like it. And that's how I recommend people to just experiment. And another thing is, what I'm really big on is seasoning. So a lot of times why food doesn't taste great if it's not seasoned properly. So when I do my cooking classes, one of the biggest things I teach my clients is how to season things that they're also taste really good. So if you find those two, you find the vegetables, fruits and vegetables that you like, I'll show them what to pair it with. And I will also teach you how to season it. It's a very simple process, and that's it. And you're done, and you can move forward, and then you can use it in many different foods categories.
That's awesome. I'm hearing a lot of freedom and creativity that's getting infused in this new practice of healthy eating.
Correct. Yep, it has to be that way. Everybody's has their own. You just have to find their own kind of like creative nature. Like, oh, I didn't realize that. I can't even. My biggest thing is I love to hear stories like that. Actually, a good friend of mine who were introduced to lots of vegetables, who didn't eat vegetables at all, and then I started introducing little by little. And she called me one day. She said, "My daughter loves kale." She's never bought kale before. She never thought it tastes good. She had no idea how to prepare it. And I gave her the simplest, easiest recipe. It was so simple. There was nothing to it. And then she made it with just sauteed with some sweet potatoes. And now it's one of her daughter's favorite meal. And this child barely ate vegetables before. And she loves kale. I mean, that makes me so excited.
That's a huge win for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Eleina, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your expertise and wisdom with us. This was very insightful.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you to our audience for being with us. We hope that you found value in today's conversation.